Hi, this is Gary Goodwin, founder of The Stuck Creative, and welcome. Today's tip only takes a few minutes, but it's going to save you a lot of time and will make the difference between you getting your project started and done in the coming months or the coming year or not. This is all about our time. We've always had the same number of seconds, minutes, nanoseconds, and hours in a day. That didn't change any point in our lives. But what we do with our time has changed. There have been times that our days were not that crowded. We had a few things we had to do and we wanted to do, but not a lot. It was sort of like a couple things in a closet. Life was simple. Then we added a few more things. A couple things here, a couple things there. And before long, as is typical with all closets, we had far more stuff than we remembered where it came from or what it was. We still needed it, we still wanted it, but we suspected that it was probably coming to a time, it was time to clean our closet. You're here because you've classified yourself as a stuck creative. And I suspect that you are like many other people. You've got to clean out a section of your closet to make room for the new. And the new is working daily. Getting room in your life to do a small work session. At least once a year, it's a good idea to look at how we're spending our time and looking at it in some detail. There are two good ways to look at your use of time. If you can use both, that will give you the best view. Details. You don't have to be hyper detailed. Listing what you do every 15 or 30 minutes should be enough detail. However, if you're doing lots of different things in a time block like that, you'll need to make a more detailed listing. Now let's consider each of the methods. Making a time list is a great way to jump into this whole process. The list will be as good as our memory. And to help our memory, it's good to start with each day of the week, listing out what we do on Monday, what we do on Tuesday, what we do on Wednesday, and we just keep going through every day of the week and coming back to that list and adding a little bit more detail because we will remember a bit more detail of our typical Monday versus a typical Thursday. And we need that richness of detail to come up with an honest and accurate inventory of how we're spending our time. A time diary takes longer in the sense that you won't have the results right away. Because what we're going to do is keep a diary as each day rolls out of what you're doing that day. Again, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so forth. And after a week's time, you'll have a very accurate, more accurate than your time list probably, of how you spend a tremendously precious resource. Next, we take our diary or list, or the combination of the two, and we stand back and we value how we've been using our time. We can go ahead and put the high value to those things that we must do. For instance, if we're a student, we must go to class. If we have a job and we're going to continue with that job, we must continue doing those things. So they basically stay in our closet. We leave them alone. There may be opportunities later to make some changes, or maybe opportunities during that work day or that student day or whatever our typical day is to find little work sessions. But go ahead and write high by those things that either you love doing, you cannot imagine giving up doing, or the things that you've decided over time that you must do. Those things stay in our closet. The medium items are a combination probably of the must-dos and the things that we like doing. They're not quite the things we're in love with, but the things that we do to refresh ourselves or make a change of pace or to re-energize. Those items, most of them, will stay in our lives, stay in our closet. Now we come to the most interesting list, the list that will be the most help to you as far as finding time for your creative projects. Those things that are, and they may be some surprises on this list, things of low value, things that we can live without, things that we used to enjoy doing but don't really give us much anymore, and the things that we do because we don't really remember why we do it, or it's not really clear why we do these things. Those are your opportunities. Take a look at your list and be open to the possibility that there's something on your list that still remains that you could delegate, that you could find a service, an affordable service that could help you lift some of those items from your daily life or your weekly life or whatever, so you have more free time. Just think it through. Don't reject any possibility. Just start exploring it. What things could you possibly delegate? What things are there, services or others out there, or friends, family, whatever, that you could pass something on to? If you can't delegate something, consider the possibility of distancing yourself, detaching yourself a little bit. And I don't mean becoming totally disinterested and running away from, never to have contact with again. What I'm talking about is pulling back some of your energy, some of your emotional involvement, some of your physical energy on something. Even just pulling back 10% or 20%, you'll be surprised how much more energy you have left over for other things, or even time left over for other things. So look at your list of the medium and low value items that don't appear to be something that you can remove right now, or even the high value must-dos. Are there opportunities to detach a little bit? Still be in there participating and doing, but not giving as much of yourself as you have. So you've got two additional opportunities from obvious things you saw on your low value list: the opportunity of delegation and the opportunity of detachment.
Wait, don't go yet. As founder of The Stuck Creative, I can tell you that I've learned a lot about what gets people stuck and unstuck. Over at thestuckcreative.com, you're going to find a collection of tips, tools, and techniques. To keep you up to date on what's coming out, my new videos, new articles, new downloads, you need to subscribe to my blog. When you subscribe, I'll send you something useful, a useful report or a useful booklet, or something that will help you get to your feet and creating. See you over at thestuckcreative.com.